Hello Redshifters. Redshift 2611 introduces a new ID-based technology called Cryptomatte. Now Cryptomatte allows you to set IDs quickly and very simple. It's kind of an automated way of setting IDs for your objects in the scene. And because it's automated, it's quite fast to set up and quite flexible. I'm just gonna show it to you in 1 second. Now the first thing you're gonna want to do is open your AOV list here, and I'm just gonna add Cryptomatte, and then you're gonna want to actually look at the Cryptomatte, and that's not quite the best idea. The Cryptomatte is not something that you can quite understand or easily use visually, not at all. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave it as it is. By default, the ID type is node name, and this will actually get the name of the mesh in your scene. For instance, this one, it's called house, but the name of the mesh is house shape 1. Okay, and then it will use this. I'm just gonna do one render, and you're gonna notice this. After rendering, it saves a file and then a Cryptomatte file. It's an external file for the moment. Now let's go to Nuke and let's get rid of these guys here. So this is our render. Okay, and let's get the Cryptomatte from here. And the Cryptomatte, if you look at it, it's black, it's uninteresting, and has nothing to help us with. And if you're looking at the AOVs, you have the following: Cryptomash 0, 1, up to actually 5, 6 in total. Right? So you're gonna say, okay, well, imagine you're looking at this in your render view. Where are my drawers? They're not here. What's going on? This is not properly set up and so on. This is a bad idea to look at this, okay? Believe me. So what you do, once you have installed Cryptomatte in your compositing app, which can be Nuke, Fusion, probably After Effects, I'm not sure. I'm just using Nuke here. And you're just calling Cryptomatte, and there you go. The actual gizmo here, it will create this pseudo color ID based image, and it will do it based on the layers that you have here. Okay, so frankly, it doesn't matter what the Cryptomatte is looking like, and I'm going to show it to you in just a second. Okay, so how does it work? Well, you have a picker and a remover. So you pick with an object, and as you can see here, the mat list is called house shape 1, and then house shape 2, and then house shape, no, actually ground shape. Okay, so what it does, it moves into the alpha the ID of each object that I have selected. And of course, I can remove stuff, or I can just use it as a single selection and just, select whatever I need. And I can use this, for instance, if I like, let's get a hue shift here and use this as a mask for my hue shift, and then I can rotate the colors on my dwarfs here, and that's as simple as that. Nothing fancy about it, right? Okay, so this is how it works with the name of the nodes, and as you can see here, it just adds another name in the actual list. So ground shape, bam, you can either pick it or type it, whatever you want. Okay, so that was for the actual shape of your, actually the name of your mesh. So let's go back here and add another Cryptomatte. So that was, if I'm not mistaken, using nodes. So let's call this nodes and create another one, and actually 2 more. So this will be materials, and the third one will be RS object ID, and the last one will be the one that will be used an attribute, and I'm going to show you to you how it works in just a second. So I'm going to render just 3 of these. Actually, the first one we've seen, we're just going to render these 2 guys. So the material and object ID, I already set up for each object in my scene a Redshift object ID. Okay, so if you're going to the mesh here, you're gonna see here something. Object ID has a different value for each of my object, actually based on whatever I want. And you can also use the Redshift object ID node parameter if you have several objects that you want to have into this Redshift object ID set. Okay, so this is rendered. Let's go back to Nuke and let's get the material. Okay, and then let's get the object ID as well. So again, looking at this is absolutely useless. Doesn't show you anything that will be usable in any way. Okay, so Cryptomatte. There you go. See? This, and actually let me just remove these. So this and this, they don't look alike, they're different. So every time it generates some colors. There you go. The third one, a bit different as well. So 1, 2, 3, different. Just that this one that uses materials, when you click to pick a material, it will show you the material here. So let's see, this is RS Shadow 1 SG. It uses the shading group, not the material name. Okay, and as you can see here, okay, then this is the object ID, and for the object ID I'm gonna use an object ID, as you can see here, object ID underscore, and then this is the value of the Redshift object ID. It's Redshift object ID, not something else. And as you can see here, it has different values, 10, 12, 13, this was 0 probably, that's strange, 3 something, and so on. Okay, and then there's another way to do this using the string or whatever attribute you want to have here. So I have created on these guys, I have created an attribute on the transform node called houses. On the trees, I have created an attribute called trees, and it's the same for everything. So if you want to group stuff together, you can easily do it like this. Okay, or of course using object IDs if you want. It's just up to you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna type in here type, and it's called type because this is the name of the attribute I gave here. It would have been called whatever, something else, my type or my attribute or my Cryptomatte attribute, doesn't matter. The name that you have here, the real name, not the one with capitals, which this is in nice mode. And just to show it to you, and if I look the attribute here, it says it's type, it's not with capitals, so it's just regular type. Okay, it's in lowercase, and this will actually output the IDs based on this little string I did. Okay, and if I render this, again it takes a bit of time, just do the render and then the save. Okay, and then if I bring the fourth one, this guy here, again most likely different colors, and then Cryptomatte, there you go, different colors again, and this time it will pick, see here, houses, dwarf, ground, trees, and so on and so forth. So you can actually expand this to whatever you want. It's quite easy to use and quite reliable. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them. We're there to help you. Happy shooting, guys. Cheers.